All right. Should the Democrats be putting up someone else besides Biden? Should they have a real primary? Let's do it. Democrat versus Democrat, okay? We got the host of the Young Turks, Cenk Uygur, and Democratic strategist Michael Starr Hopkins. I'm going to start with you, Hopkins. You give me the best rationale you have for why Biden's enough.
President Biden is the only person in the Democratic Party with a proven track record for beating Donald Trump. Look, 12 million new jobs, 1 million new manufacturing jobs, biggest deficit reduction in 54 years, lowest unemployment for African-American Hispanics. He's proven that he can bring together Democrats and independents. And at the end of the day, this election is solely about beating Donald Trump and protecting our democracy. Because if we don't do that, then there's nothing going to be left.
Quick pushback, quick response, which is this. One, polls have you looking not good against Trump. And on the economy, you're looking terribly because the administration and the president have not done a good job talking about Biden economics and have allowed the term to be defined as a subset of failures. So what do you make of those two data points?
Well, I'll say two things to that. First, if you look at polls before the midterms, Democrats are going to have a terrible night. That's not how things turned out. Second, you're looking at polls across the country. When you look at state-by-state matchups, the president once again wins that election. And that's because the president is the only candidate who can bring independents in. Trump has a hard cap on the amount of Republicans that he can get support from. And at the end of the day, that's going to be his death knell.
Cenk is giving you some stink eye and sour face.
Bring it on,
Why,
buddy.
Cenk?
Bring it
What are
on.
the words? What are the words behind the face?
All right, so number one, he should be primaried because he's going to lose. So when he beat Trump, he beat him barely by 43,000 votes in 3 swing states. And spare me that he won by 7 million votes. Guys, it's the Electoral College. Focus. Focus, we're going to lose, okay? At that point, Biden was 18 points higher than he is today. So we know, it's a rock-solid rule that if you have an incumbent under 50 points, he's in a lot of trouble. Biden's under 40 points and well under 40. He's going to lose. Saying, hey, yeah, but he beats Mussolini in half the polls is not a winning argument. You should be beating Mussolini by 20 points. It shouldn't even be close. Plus, the reason he's unpopular is because he's a conservative Democrat. And he has all these incredibly popular progressive positions that he's not running on. Paid family leave, public option, higher minimum wage. That's why I've talked about half a dozen progressives about should they get in the race. My answer is to all of them, please, please get in the race. Somebody's got to push this guy out because he doesn't get it. We're almost certainly going to lose.
I'll just remind him that the last time that...
Wait, hold on.
Just real quick.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
The last time that we had a sitting Democratic president primaried was Jimmy Carter. Ted Kennedy primaried him. How'd that work out?
Yeah, that was a
didn't work out well.
Years.
Fair enough.
Hold on.
But hold on.
No, it's not fair.
Who do you have on the
fair.
left that can beat Trump?
Years ago. What's that?
Yeah, I know. But who do you have on the left who can beat Trump? Who can beat him?
Well, I've talked to half a dozen people who I think could easily beat him. But
who?
I'm not going to name those names right now, right? And I'm having trouble.
Cenk, boo.
Come on. No.
Boo,
Guys,
Cenk, boo.
No. Look, guys, anybody can beat Trump. I could beat Trump by 20 points. Super easy. Super easy. This guy can't even speak.
That's what we said in 2016.
Let's go get up and fight. Fight for our positions. Paid family leaves at 84%. What is wrong with you? Why don't you fight for progressive positions?
I am fine with
so
you believing in a message, but you need a messenger because you guys can't pass any of those things. You don't have the numbers.
I could pass that so easy. God, these Democratic leaders
I gotta leave it there.
Pathetic.
I got to leave it there.
84%. If you can't pass something at 84%, retire and become a plumber.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.